Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance, and we've got another Arty replay for you today. This is the Hummel, the Tier 6 German SPG. This one is being driven by talon1958, and yes, this is another replay to tell you who actually won the Lion, which happens today actually. I'm recording this in the morning on Sunday the 20th, and yes, the Lion is going to be awarded to one of the partners. It'll either be Angelina or it'll be Talon, but you'll find out when you see the end of this replay, I should think, or in fact the end maybe of the next replay. Okay, Talon's now aiming towards the town. He's got a nice little position here so he can aim right down the line towards the cap area. It's an encounter on Erlenberg. Just trying to see where the enemy is at the moment. Okay, we've got a T-34 shielded, just gone into that little gap. He can fire through the corner into the gap. Yes! Nice hit for 136 to start it off. The guy's stunned, he's taking damage, and he's out the game. Yes, so far, according to the stats, Talon's had a first class, a bruiser, and a Confederate, and Angelina's only had a first class and a bruiser, but she did get a higher win 8. Now that means that Talon's in the lead because he's got a medal and she hasn't, but that could change if somebody can get an ace tanker, because if they get the ace tanker, they win the Lion just like that. Okay, a couple of tanks up on the hill, including a T-34-85. Worth a shot. Definitely worth a shot. Oh, look at this beautiful set of targets. Load up the heavy ammo. Want to hit these ones if we can. Okay, he's going to give it a go, but it's obstructed by that house. Oh, he gets hit right on top of both of them. So he hit the Tog and he hit the Churchill 1 with that shot. They had to burn their first aids, otherwise they would be suffering from stun. He's going to try it again. Almost loaded. Here we go. Rounds out. Well, it landed near them. I think they split up because they realised from the roar that another artillery round was on the way in. In fact, the Tog's pulled back quite some distance. He doesn't like that in the slightest. And the Churchill 1 hasn't got a whole lot of health left. So Talon goes for the Tog and gets him in the ass. 212 hit points right up his jacksie. Yes. I'm not sure if you know in America what a jacksie is, but it's your derriere, your rear. Okay. Striv M42, Swedish medium tank, lined up, rounds out, and direct hits! 231. Oh, he's on form today. And there goes the kill. Okay, so he's now moving over to the T-34-85M. He's on form. I think he's enjoying this one. Get ready, he's almost loaded. Here we go. Oh, the guy pulled back. Almost like he got warning somehow that a shell was about to head his way. Talon fires it in just to see if she can catch him moving about. We've lost sight of the Tog. Is the Tog dead? No, Tog's still alive. Somewhere amongst those streets there is a Tog hiding. And meanwhile, the T-34-85M has been spotted against the Talon, styling in as quickly as he can, trying to get a shot. Okay, came up against the edge of the map there. Oh, got stunned, but didn't get damaged. Okay, he's lining him up for another shell. The enemy Tog's been spotted again, and he's been killed. That's going to be the T-34-85M. And yes, the Cromwell takes him down. Or was it? No, actually it was our T-34-85 who took down their T-34-85M. Okay, well, there's only, is it 6? No, there's 7 enemies left. No, scratch that. There's only 6 enemies left now. because they've just lost a lot more. In fact, somebody just knocked that tree down there, and I think there's somebody hiding behind it. So Talon's decided to put a round in. The game's going well. 4 up on the enemy. The Churchill's in sight. He's just at maximum range. Churchill 3. Premium Churchill with a 6-inch gun. Rounds out and... well, he got a hit. It was a near miss, but it was 144. And he got some stun assist as well. He's going to try again if he can. Go for the Valiant. Almost maximum range now. Rounds out. Long flight time. 3.7 seconds. Shell lands next to the Valiant and stuns him. I'd lob another round in there if you don't see him again, because I think he's still there. Valiants don't move very fast. Rounds out again. He's right, because there is the Valiant. And another hit. 154. He's having a good game. 1,129 so far. And he's picking up stun assist, which is going to help him, because it might actually get him a higher ranking or higher classification at the end of the game. There's only 2 enemies left. The Nashorn and the M44. And they're probably on the west bank of the river. The team are heading in that direction now. Unfortunately, Talon's little Hummel's not going to go very fast to get there, but he's not going to be able to reach there in time. But his shells might reach the target before our teammates find them. Oh, there's the Nashorn. No, that's not going to work. So it's only the M44 left. He's somewhere along the tree line. They're marking where they think he is. Oh, just saw the tracer coming out from those trees. I think he's almost at max. He is at maximum range. He's over maximum range. So I don't think we're going to actually hit him, because Talon needs to move far closer. But there's buildings in the way, so he would be obstructed. You can see he's at maximum range because there's a grey line or greyed outline at the front. And that's an indication that it's over maximum. Normally it's the reticule flattens until you get an ovoid, and there it is. There's the proof. We know where he is now. Talon's going for the... oh, well, it's too late because he's dead. The Wolverine got him. Well, here's the end of the first battle, and, well, it's a first-class tanker to Talon. He didn't get an ace. He must have been getting close, but he didn't get one on this game. He also got a Bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he got 12. And he got a Confederate for hitting more of the enemy than anyone else on his team. And he also got a win rate higher than the previous time with 1,960. So a very good game there by Talon. Really wrecking them, as he says. Yes, he certainly was having a good laugh at it. So, when it came to damage, he didn't get the highest in the game. In fact, he actually ended up with... looking at this, 1 member of the enemy team ahead of him, 3 members of his own team. He's in 5th place. Okay, 5th place. The top scorer was the BDR-G1B, 1,850. The 2nd place was the Tiger 131 and the Valiant. Both had 1,519 apiece. And the 3rd highest, or joint 3rd place, goes to the Cromwell with 1,487. So actually, he's in 4th place, not 5th place as I thought, because the Tiger and the Valiant were tied, so they're both occupying 2nd place at the same time. Well, technically speaking, I suppose that makes the Cromwell 4th and Talon 5th, but oh well, we'll just treat it any way we want. When it came to kills, it was the Cromwell did the best with 4 kills. 3 kills went to the Rudy, and he was a Polish Rudy at that one. And 2 kills went to the BDR, the KV2, the VK3002M, and the T3485 all got 2, and the Valiant got 2 as well. I'm afraid Talon didn't get a single kill in the game, but he had a lot of fun, I'm sure. When it came to base XP though, he was actually in 3rd place overall, because the KV2 got 875, the Cromwell got 871, and we can see Talon got 865, so it's only 10 experience points behind the KV2, and I think that comes down to the amount of stun assist that he did. He fired 13 shots, got 4 direct hits on the enemy, no penetrations, but 16 splash. Damage of 1,443, 43, sorry, not 33, 1,443, all of it at close range. No, all of it at more than 300 meters. What am I saying? 8 enemy vehicles were damaged, none were killed, 104 hit points of damage assist, and 1,209 hit points of stun assist off 16 stuns. So very good on the stun. 48,021 credits from the battle, 50,000 for completing a mission, 98,021 altogether, and after ammunition resupply, 91,456 credits profit. He earned 1,297 XP, times 2 for the first victory, took away 2,595 experience points altogether. So, first game, he's definitely got in the lead with a first class, a bruiser, and a Confederate. So he's actually rocking it with now 2 medals, actually, because he's done it twice, actually, I think, with medals. Whereas Angelina's only had a first class and a bruiser. So, can Angelina beat him? Well, let's find out in the next battle. And the second battle is still on Erlenberg and from the same swarm, but this time it's Angelina75 and she's in the GW Panther. Oh, we've got no sound, so we restart, press the button and zoom ahead straight away. There we go. Okay, game started. Off we go. Well, Angelina's headed off to the same side of the map as Talon went. So maybe they both use the same tactics in these battles. They might actually end up with some pretty good results. Okay, she's ready to go, and the first target's coming to sight. It's an Object 252U. Good hit, 185 straight off the mark. She gets something. It's tier 8 game, tier 6 tanks in it as well. So she's middle tier. That makes it more difficult to earn XP, but you can still get extra XP just by hitting these tier 8s. Rounds out. And that one landed next door. Okay, looking further down this side of the map, we've got several tanks which are tier 8. It's going to be worth hitting those ones just to get some extra. Super Hellcat, tier 7. Direct hit! No doubt about that. Of course, it was a blind hit, which means obviously we're going to have to wait until the end of the game to see how much he did. Angelina's actually got a very similar reload on this GW Panther to the reload that Talon had on his, because he had about 20 seconds and Angelina's got about 21 for the next tier up. But of course, whilst Talon could only do 480 alpha, Angelina's capable of doing 600 alpha with her GW Panther. Okay, next target, T71 CMCD. Or is it? Well, there he is, rounds out. That landed near. Going for the SU-100 this time. And another hit, 156 this time. She's certainly maximising the number of targets that she hits. And as I mentioned in some of my previous videos, that's a very important thing to do. Because the more enemy targets you hit, the more chance you've got of getting a Confederate medal. Going for it again, try and get the same guy if you can. If you can't, find somebody new. T-3485, that looks good. Lined up, rounds up. Yes! Direct hit right into his side. You can see the mark where it landed. Yes, so she's certainly hitting these guys. Already picked up 1043 recorded, but we know she's actually got a higher total simply because she's actually had some blind hits. Going for the Porlac tank. Oh, that seemed to land short, that one. Okay, going back to the Super Hellcat on this side. And oh, that T-3485 moved forward. You can see where her shell hit him right on the side, just above the tracks. There it is. Yellow mark. That gave him a warning. Keep off the grass. And I like the way she's repositioning herself. You don't have to move too far, you just have to change the position sideways as well as lengthways, just by a little amount, and that throws them off the scent because they look for the end of the tracer, they work out the trajectory and they say, oh, it's got to be there. And of course you've actually moved to one side, and no, they're completely wrong. Okay, SU-100 comes back into sight, trying to dial in as he moves. Well, she got some stun. Oh, a new tank's coming to sight. This time it's a T-25AT. Oh, but before she can get a shot on him, he's taken out the game. But there are two tanks down on the enemy at the moment, so it's not going so well. And it's a bit difficult to get a shot on this guy at the moment, simply because he's got the houses between us and him. Okay, she's marked the ground where she thinks he is. Another tank. Oh, it's the same one. It's the SU-100. She's done it before. She's dialing in. Rounds out. And a hit! 186 this time. I'd say she's getting very close to having almost as much damage as Talon's had so far. Still a long way to go in this battle. Okay, the enemy T-3485's appeared again. I'd say that the one thing that's different about this battle from Talon's is that Angelina's teammates are not hitting these enemy tanks as much as I think she would like. She's not getting much stun assist. In fact, so far only 185 stun assist. Whereas by this point in the game, Talon has already earned about 1,000 stun assist. That might have an impact on the end results. Meanwhile, over on the other side of the battlefield, the Skoda T25 has been spotted, the autoloader. Nope, landed short that one. Now 3 down on the enemy. One enemy tank's actually not far away from her. He's just a short distance away, and she's already been spotted. I forgot to mention, this is an assault game, by the way, and she's on the defending team, so they could win because there's only 2 minutes 50 seconds left on the clock. And, well, the enemy aren't close enough to get the capture yet, but they just put them around into Angelina, the T-3485M. She's having to maneuver to keep out of their clutches and stop the enemy Arty from getting a direct hit on her. I think she's ready to go now. The unfortunate thing is it means that the battle will probably end in 2 minutes. Well, it has to end in 2 minutes and 15 seconds because that's all that's left on the clock. 10-minute battle. So I think Talon had the advantage because he had a standard game and Angelina's actually got an assault game. They're more difficult because you don't get much time to actually do a lot of damage. And although we're still 2 tanks down on the enemy, I think they're getting desperate. Rounds out, direct hit, beautiful shot, right in the face. Okay, now this is a bit dicey because she's gone up on top of this little platform here to shoot at the enemy, but she might get spotted when she fires because there's only those trees in the way. Direct hit in the face of the Carnarvon. Was she spotted? Yes, she was. Back up, quick. Oh. Yeah, I was right. It was a dicey place to be. She was spotted by the Carnarvon, and the moment he saw her, he thought, yep, I've got to have that. And so Angelina taken out of the game with 1,451 recorded, but a very good chance of winning the game, even though there's only 3 left on her team. But she hasn't got much stun assist. And of course now she's not going to get any more at all, because now she's dead. She can't earn any more. But there's only 38 seconds left. The Scorpions just killed the Carnarvon Action 10 that killed Angelina. And despite the fact they're capping, they haven't got enough time to cap out. And there's only 4 of them left. And I don't think they can do it. There's only the Porlac tank in the cap. Now that the Scorpion took out the Carnarvon. And even if the Porlac tank fires at the Scorpion will just fire back at him. Strip him of hit points. Here it goes. 6 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And they've done it. They've won. Well, here's the end of battle stats, and oh dear. 3rd class tanker for Angelina75 in the GW Panther. She got a Bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits, and she did get a Confederate because she maxed out on as many tanks as she could to hit to get that Confederate. She got it, but and a good win 8 as well, 2,199. But sadly, it's only a 3rd class tanker, and that doesn't beat Talon with his 1st class tanker, his Bruiser medal, and his Confederate. So Talon wins for the weekend lie-in. He gets to stay in bed, whilst Angelina will have to get up and look after Remy when he gets up first thing in the morning. So yeah, I'm putting out this right now, but it's already happened. She's already had the early wake-up call from Remy, because by the time you've seen this, which will be later on Sunday, it will have already have happened for them. But it was a good try. If only her team had actually done more damage to the enemy whilst being stunned, then this might have been a different result and Angelina might come out on top. But let's have a look at the rest of the results and see how well she did. Well, when it came to damage, the high scorer was the Scorpion G, who was still alive at the end of the game. He got 3,931 hit points, and he picked up the high caliber and a top gun from that battle. The second highest damage was the SU-100, 2,106 hit points to him. 2,092 went to the Rheinmetall Borsig Waffenträger, and we can see Angelina picked up 1,990, and that means there's 3 enemy teammates, so 3 enemy players who are ahead of her, and only 1 on her own team, which puts her in 5th place on damage. When it came to kills, it was the Scorpion G who did the best with 6 kills. 3 kills went to the Carnarvon Action 10, which is obviously the or Action X, which was the tank that actually did kill Angelina in the end. So, but she had the satisfaction of seeing that he was wiped out by the Scorpion, and that action, killing the Carnarvon, actually did win them the game, because if he'd still been alive with the Porlac tank, they might have had a chance to try and cap out, but they didn't have enough time. Only 1 player in the cap, and they couldn't do it. And Angelina didn't get any kills, just like Talon in the last game. No kills in this game, but a good try nonetheless, a good game. When it came to base XP, she's a little further down the table than Talon in this one, mainly because, of course, lack of stun. 1053 went to the Scorpion, 774 went to the ARL, and 731 went to the Thunderbolt. And Angelina picked up 629, but at least there's a consolation. She got a Confederate medal, and of course she was higher than all the enemy team. The maximum they managed to get was 583 on XP. Angelina fired 16 rounds, 8 direct hits on the enemy, 13 splash, damage of 1,990 hit points, of which 1,768 were at more than 300 meters. Received 2 hits from the enemy. Yeah, unfortunately, towards the end, the Carnarvon Action got one into her, and so did one of the other enemy tanks. Both penetrated, and it was Carnarvon Action 10 that got the kill. 7 enemy vehicles were damaged, none were killed, and 185 hit points of stun assist off 13 stuns. If only she'd had 1,000 hit points of damage, I think she could have put up a credible case to actually score the win off Talon, because she might have got the first class tanker and a bruiser and a Confederate and a higher win 8, and that would have given her the victory. But on this occasion, it goes to Talon. She earned 21,657 credits on a free-to-play account, but after ammunition resupply and consumables, or repair actually in this case, she ended up with a small loss of 749 credits. 30 bonds, 629 base XP times 2 for the first victory took away 1,258 experience points altogether. Yeah, wow, they won. Well, no, it wasn't a sort game, so obviously 10 minutes, that's all you had. If you'd had more time, Angelina, I think you could have beaten Talon's score eventually, because I think your teammates were starting to shoot the tanks that you were hitting. But it's unfortunate they didn't do that during the start of the game, and as a result, you didn't get the weekend lion. But there's always another week, and I'm sure that you'll get another chance. And actually, you have been doing rather well with your ace tankers, so I wouldn't be surprised if sometime during next week you get an ace tanker and win the weekend lion outright. Talon's still struggling with his ace tankers, but I'm sure he'll get there. I hope you enjoyed that replay. If you did, please give this video a like, do subscribe to our channel, leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm, and thank you for watching.